What if I told you there was one thing that could potentially help us to understand chronic fatigue and fibro that links diseases like Alzheimer's with autoimmune issues like Hashimoto's or rheumatoid? What if there's one thing that could affect people's guts and autoimmune issues with IBS and things like that? There is actually one thing that links all these seemingly disparate, unrelated illnesses, and it's actually chronic inflammatory response syndrome, which is commonly referred to as mold-related biotoxin illness. Dr. Jenski and I actually talked about that this past week on our YouTube channel. We talked about how these things interlink, how different symptoms like brain fog and fatigue, gut issues, how they can actually be explained potentially by this biotoxin-related illness, chronic inflammatory response syndrome. We've actually been talking about this over the last couple of weeks, so hopefully this information will be super helpful for you to see how the different diseases that seem apparently unrelated are actually related. And one of the things we also discussed is how this field is exploding and blowing up, and we're realizing more and more things, not just mold, not just water damaged buildings, not just breast implants, not just vaccines, but things like dental implants, infected teeth, IBS, the usual things like Pfiesteria, ciguatera, recluse spider bites, which some of you may not be aware of, but other things like petroleum distillates, chemicals and toxins, all these things, concussions, all these things actually can trigger this chronic inflammatory response and mold-related biotoxin-like reaction. So knowing this can actually help you know more about your health and also take control of your environment, your food, all these things. So watch it, learn. We've been talking about this a lot for the last couple of weeks. Hope this information is helpful. We'll talk to y'all later.